Hello, lovelies. This is Maya broadcasting out the UK. Oh, I'm sorry for that. I'm delighted if you one of my viewers that have come back. If you are new, welcome. I hope I don't bore you to death. If I do, well, then you wouldn't subscribe, right? So, on that note, what is my channel about? Well, about all sorts of things. The other day I posted what I was doing in the garden, and I'm only just recovering from all that work, really. And I've still got piles of wood that need burning and otherwise disposing. And otherwise I do knitting, I do crochet, I spin. I haven't woven for a long while. I do loom knitting. So those are the things. Oh yes, and then I do hair tips, natural hair care and tips, and hairstyles. As you can see, my hair is rather long, so that's, many people ask me how I got it that long in such a short time. I think it is now 4.5 years from short to this length. Well, so I do a bit of DIY as well, and sometimes I do a bit of cooking depending on how I feel. Right, but today I just wanted to make a super short video just to show you what is going to be coming up next, really. In that theme, I will show you that I am still working on my jumper. Okay, here's my jumper. I've now separated the sleeves. Well, that was like that. I think I've mentioned it before that I did not get on with the short row description of the pattern that I bought. Anyway, I've now done it how I know best without short rows, and I will be doing my own version of the pattern. So just to remind you, I'm using Wool of the Andes Sport in the color Fedora, and it is not a super wash, so it's hand wash only. And it works actually absolutely lovely. I wanted to review this really with you. It feels super warm. I normally would have used, for this knitting, I would have normally used a 3 or 3.5 millimeter needle. I'm using a 4 millimeter, which is a lot looser than I normally would knit. But I thought if it's that warm, I would like to have a bit more air in it. However, to compensate for that, I have made the size half a size smaller than I usually do. But it's still big enough to get over t-shirts. As you see, I'm wearing my very first, well, Icelandic and steeking project today. Was one of my very first, and I'd like to actually redo this in the same sort of wool, as in the Wool of the Andes or something like that, but in, I don't know what weight this called for, I can't remember. I think this was a DK, and this is Sport, so this is a bit thinner, so I'm not quite sure. And now to one of the main reasons of why I'm doing this mini video is that I am now on the heels of my socks. And I told you before that when I was going to be doing the heels, I might do it different, and I did do different on this. Okay, so this is the second one. And first I want to show you, look how round this one is. Way better than the first two. So that is one change I have done, and I will, that's one change. What I did was I did 5 rows of knit first, and then I did a decrease, then 3 rows of knit, then I did a decrease, then I did 2 rows of knit, then I decreased 3 times, knit 1 row, 1 more decrease, and just to make it that little bit more comfortable down here at the bottom, I knit 2 more rows. And then the major difference is I did not use Kitchener stitch, and you will see this, and actually it feels super comfortable. If you look closely, you see there's a purl ridge here. Why? Hang on, let me get my hand in there properly. Okay, like that. So there's a garter ridge here. Yes, a garter ridge here as in purl, because I did a 3 needle bind off, but not the usual way. Okay, if I may turn this round, I did it from the back. I turned my sock inside out, and I've sewn, actually it's not so clear now because I've sewn my ends into there, but if I hold this up, you can see this is the 3 needle bind off from this side. And so this ridge is a little bit thicker, but you can't feel it on the heel. It's super soft, and I've sewn my ends in already. So if you don't like doing Kitchener stitch, which many people hate, and you get ears on the side, I've tried many ways, even with tutorials of how not to get the ears, if you like, the corners. It doesn't work for me. But if this tiny little ridge does not disturb you, then this is another method of doing so. So I will be posting up, not today, but I'll be posting very soon, most likely the weekend, how I actually did this heel. And I tell you what, even though the first time round was, I wouldn't say fiddly, but a bit unusual, because it's not the normal 3 needle bind off. Number 1, because it's done inside out, and number 2, I did it different so that it's more flat. And if you hold it this way, you can see, if I pull the heel out, okay, if I pull the heel out, you can see it is really flat, apart from that tiny ridge on the outside. But if you pull at it even more, it is super comfortable also inside, so you don't notice it. So I'll be putting up a tutorial on this. I think the tutorial most probably won't be longer than maybe 5 minutes at most, but I'll put that up separately, because one thing has occurred to me is that when I do tutorials, they're either very long, or I have put them together with other things, and maybe that's not so good if you're quickly looking for something, how to do it. So I'll put that up separately. And I'll be doing it in continental knitting, and yeah, so I will do that in the next series. What else has been going on? Oh yes, I finished off the other not washcloth, what you call it, dishcloth. The dishcloth, because I had the little 3 squares, and I made 1 large dishcloth to use as a dryer. If I turn around, you maybe can even see it's in use. That's one of the, oopsie, there. That's one of the tiny dishwash cloths. I can't get it out. One of the small ones, and then back there on the surface you can see the orange just over here above the pan, where I'm currently drying a few knives and forks and the plastic Tupperware over there on top of that, which I normally couldn't do, and I explained that in a former video because just the whole work surface would get soaked. Yeah, but this dries out super fast and I'm super happy with it. So that was worth all the knitting, basically, because before I never believed anyone when they said how good they were. I believe you now. So that is that for today. And I hope you will visit my channel again, even though that was a bit of a babble. I'm sorry for that. Oh, and another video that I'm thinking of doing is another hairstyles video. However, it will be different. I promised you that before. There's a hairstyles video coming, but different. I will try to do hairstyle on myself, but then I'm also going to use a mannequin for a hairstyle which is best done by someone else on someone else, if you know what I mean. So where you need two people, so the person that's getting the hairstyle and someone doing it for you. So I'll be doing that because I'd like to explore more historic hairstyles, and a lot of them need two people, as in need someone to help you do it. You can't do it on your own. And then I have in plan, and I'm hoping I can do that next week, is how to crochet slipper socks. Super easy way of doing it, but not on the loom. I know I have still a loom one outstanding that I haven't started yet. I do know that. That will be coming as well. So that's what's in plan, and I still haven't started my crochet top yet either. I don't know. I'm hoping I can get to that this weekend because I want to get these socks finished and the recording of the heel, and then I want to get a little bit further with my jumper because I want the Fair Isle bit at the bottom, and for that I need to knit quite a bit. I need to play yarn chicken, if you like, with that. So I've got to start planning ahead of that. So that's why I haven't started the crochet top yet. So that is that for today. I think that has been enough just to explain to you what's going on. So see you soon and bye. Thank you for watching.